So, first of all, what's your name? What do you do daily? My name is Michael. I live my dream life daily. I pursue my passions. Right now, I mainly play sports. I always wanted to be a professional athlete, and now I have the opportunity to spend most of my time training. Triathlon is currently my passion. I have enough time, resources, and ability to do it full time. Additionally, I spend a lot of time trading and learning. My first encounter with FOREX, the stock exchange, and investing were more than 10 years ago. I started studying to learn about it. Later, my professional path went in a completely different direction, and eventually I realized that I needed to go back to the beginning, to what once interested me. And you started with us in January? Yes, I gathered myself for about 6 months, but I kept putting it off and trying to do something myself, test it out. But mainly, it was full of mistakes and frustration. So I decided that I needed to grasp onto something and follow a certain path, a certain scheme. And have you used education before? Not as formal as yours. I read a lot and watched videos, but I jumped from one strategy to another. I briefly tried each strategy, but I didn't learn any of them. Have any concerns arisen? Concerns? Rather not. Rather curiosity, excitement. Why trade at all in this arrangement? Out of all the things you mentioned earlier that you studied, there was something that interested you. Your career path took a different turn, but now you've decided to come back and focus on exactly that. What you studied? Finance and accounting, specializing in financial engineering. But I didn't learn much about how to invest effectively and how to turn it into a full-time job. So it was mainly theory. It discouraged me a lot. I think those were a few wasted years. I could have devoted them to something completely different. Looking back, though, that seed was already inside me, and it had always been my dream job when I watched videos. Brokers who shouted on the New York Stock Exchange floor, buying, selling. I thought it was brilliant. Later, when I saw videos of people looking at charts and buying and selling, I thought that was something I liked. I wasn't even of legal age yet, but I already felt that this could be my life. In your eyes, how does the whole process look here, and also the knowledge that Powell imparts? Also his approach? Everything is systematized and explained from start to finish. I lacked something like that. Someone to explain from the very beginning, from preparing the chart to explaining the simplest things that were obvious to me, but going through the point by point to strategy. Great! How much time do you devote to trading or education related to it? Now it depends on the day. During the week, I try to follow live sessions. It's about 4-6 hours. And you also decided to join something that we are doing here, within our community, the League of Traders. Was this your first contact with something like this? Yes. It was the first time I participated in any competition. At the beginning of PSND, I played for reactions. I tried to catch measured moves and play with the trend, and also observed other players. But I always lost and copied some moves, so I think I was best at PSND. All right, now it's time to boast about what result you achieved with those $50,000. In the end, after 14 days, I had around $2,000 in profit. So, for such a novice, it's really good. Will you participate in future trader leagues? I may. However, I'm currently dedicating more time to learning, and this was a great adventure. I will probably return someday, but for now, I want to refine other strategies that we are working on in mentoring. Do you think a person who is completely new and knows nothing about the market can become a professional trader, and after some time either make a living or switch to full-time trading? As for that, I have a general theory. I have never found anything in which I would be a genius. I have not yet found any area of life in which I would be such a genius. However, I believe that if you dedicate the appropriate amount of time and effort and systematically work on it, you can become one. To be among the top 10% of the best people in a given field. I think it's achievable for everyone. If someone can use a computer and a mouse, read, and has a reasonably analytical mind, then yes. Everything then depends on the time they need to devote to acquire this knowledge, to test it. So, yes.